Saint Marius and his family. Faith that chose God over fear. What would you do if staying faithful meant risking everything? Your comfort, your future, even your family's safety. Saint Marius and his companions did not face persecution alone, they faced it together, as a family. Their story reminds us that faith is not only personal. It is something we live, protect, and pass on, even in difficult times. Historical background: Saint Marius lived in the 3rd century. During a time when Christians were severely persecuted under the Roman Empire, he was a nobleman from Persia who travelled to Rome with his wife Martha and their sons Audifax and Abachum. They came not for wealth or power, but to strengthen their faith and support persecuted Christians. In Rome, Christians were imprisoned, tortured, and executed simply for believing in Christ. Marius and his family chose not to hide their faith, a family united in faith instead of turning away. Saint Marius and his family actively helped imprisoned Christians. They visited the jailed, they comforted the suffering. They buried the bodies of martyrs, an act forbidden by Roman law. Their faith was not loud, but it was courageous. They understood something deeply important: faith grows stronger when lived together. Their unity as a family became their greatest strength, arrest and martyrdom eventually. Their actions were discovered. Saint Marius, his wife Martha, and their sons were arrested. They were ordered to abandon their Christian faith and worship Roman gods. They refused. One by one, they were executed for their faith. They did not die as isolated individuals, but as a family standing together before God. Their martyrdom became a powerful witness to the early church. Spiritual meaning and legacy: the Church remembers Saint Marius and his companions not just as martyrs, but as a symbol of family faithfulness. Their story teaches us that faith can be lived as a family. Courage grows when we support one another. Loving God sometimes requires sacrifice. Even quiet acts of charity matter deeply. Their legacy continues to inspire Christians to remain faithful, especially in times of pressure and uncertainty. Modern-day reflection: today, most of us may not face physical persecution, but we face other challenges: pressure to compromise values, fear of standing out, difficulty practicing faith at home. Saint Marius and his family ask us a simple question: how do we live our faith together in our homes, choices, and daily lives? Their story reminds us that faith passed on within the family can outlast fear, hardship, and even death. Saint Marius, Martha, Audifax, and Abachum. Pray for our families that we may grow in faith, courage, and love for God. If this story encouraged you, like the video, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe for more saint stories and reflections.